name is Steve. Welcome to my shop. In this video, it's going to be a short one. I'm going to be making a brass hammer. A couple of reasons for it. One is when I had my commercial shop, when I was in business, one of my favorite tools in the machine shop was a brass hammer. And so when I started putting my shop together, my machine shop together at home, I always missed it, and so I decided I purchased one on eBay. And when I took one look at it, I said, I can make one of them and do it better. And since that time, I've made 6 of them. So in this video, I'm going to be making a brass hammer. It's about a 16-inch head, made out of 1¼ inch brass stock, and I'll go through the basic steps. It's a simple little project, and this particular one is actually going to go out to a very special young lady that has been taking YouTube by storm lately. It's a 10-year-old girl. Her name is Tira, and she's the daughter of Scott Tyndall, and it's Scott Tyndall's home workshop, and I'll put a link to his YouTube channel on in the description. And she gets right down there with Scott and helps him out with his projects around the farm, and is putting her own toolbox together. So I'm going to be sending her one of my custom-built brass hammers. Before we go on with the video, though, I've got a few things that I want to share with you. First of all, I've got stickers. I got these some time ago, but I haven't really offered them to the public yet. I did send some out to John Creasy at YouTube Machinist site, so some of you may actually have received them. And if you want one, just send it to my email address, send a request to my email address. I'll list it on the video for you, and I'll put one in the mail to you. The next thing that I got was an eBay find, and I've been looking for a micrometer barrel, a 1-inch, and I had found one, and I shared it in one of the earlier videos, and decided that it was actually much too high a quality unit to use for what I wanted to. I'm going to use this one to make a micrometer stop for my lathe. This is a Starrett and 1,000 increments, so keep your eyes open. I'll be looking for to do a video on this in the not too distant future, although I've got some other projects that I need to get done before that. The next thing that I got was listening to Jim Bollinger's welding demonstration at the Bash at Bar Z. And I had gotten, a while ago, I got a auto darkening helmet from Harbor Freight. I've only used it a couple of times on some very small projects, and after his description, he kind of scared the living daylights out of me for taking my eyesight into consideration with the helmet. So I went out and I purchased a Lincoln helmet, and as it happens, I've got quite a welding project coming up, so I'll be getting a lot of use out of my new Lincoln helmet. Starting out with 1.25 inch brass stock. I'm going to take just a cleanup pass on it, and I'm going to square off the ends. The nominal length on these is about 2.5 inches, but there again it's not critical. So I'm just going to clean up the ends and bevel the edge. I put a couple of decorative grooves in it. One in at 3/8 of an inch and the other at 3/4. And the 3/4 inch groove actually does double duty because it ends up right on the edge of where I stopped turning. So when I clean up that side, it stops at the 3/4, at the groove that's at 3/4 in, so you can't see any transition there. I'm going to put a bevel on the edge, and I'm going to use this 60-degree tool to make my grooves. that's it. And ready to go over to the milling machine and cut the hole in it for the handle. I'm going to set up the milling machine to cut the eye in the hammerhead. I've got a pair of parallels in there I'm sitting it on. The handle is 3/4 of an inch wide and not exactly a precision measurement. So I just use my scale. I mark it off 3/4. And since this isn't exactly precision work here, in order to find the center line of the head, what I'm going to do is go down and touch off with the end mill. What I do is I go back and I mill a flat on it. I'm using a 3/8 end mill. And once my flat is about 3/8 of an inch wide, just take and go back and I just center it. Got a center cutting end mill, so I'm actually going to bore it, drill it with the end mill. Now what I'm going to do, I'll take it out of the vise and deburr it with the Noga deburring tool. And it turned out pretty good. And then I just shave the handle to fit the edges of the handle here, 3/8 inch radius, and it gets a little bit wider here, so I take and I shave the handle down just a little bit and it'll fit just great. Okay, it fits right on there now. I'll put the wedge in. Okay, it's on there. Now to finish up the handle, what I like to do, the balance doesn't feel quite right for me. So I cut about an inch off of it. So I'm going to go cut it, and that should be just about right. A little bit of stain on the raw wood. There it is. 1/16 ounce brass hammer, made in the USA.